everybody doing this morning? Let me say I'm not a spokesperson for Averitt Express. All right. Let's talk about hazmat this morning. Something I've never really talked about on here, but a couple of things that I've seen come up that people should know about that a lot of people don't know. First off, when you get your bills for hazmat shipments, look them over, check them out, because ultimately the driver is responsible for the proper placarding and everything. If it's not right, don't haul it. Make sure it's right. It happens places, that people make mistakes. They don't have the right placards or whatever on the, for it. But here's one that I seen recently that happened, and this is something you need to watch for. If you have any one bulk shipment of hazmat that is more than 8,820 pounds or more, you have to display UN numbers. You can't just run a regular placard. You have to have UN numbers. That's something that'll get you in trouble, to get you a ticket if they stop you and check it. That's just something that, tidbits that you need to know about that. The other one that I see people do a lot that I've had the problem with, totes. If you haul totes, anytime you haul a tote, I know people will look at it, if it's one tote and it's empty, well, it's less than 1,000 pounds and they don't placard it. You're wrong. Anytime you haul a tote, that is considered a bulk container. Unless it is washed out, it has to have placards on it. Not only placards, since it's a bulk container, it has to have UN number placards on it. So that's something to think about too. If you have totes that are full or empty, if they haven't been washed out, they have to have UN number placards on them, whether they're 1,000 pounds or not. So that's something to think about. It's just, hazmat is a big ticket item. There's high fines on them. If you're going to haul LTL, you're going to haul hazmat. We all haul hazmat. There's sometimes I go all week that every load that I pull all week has some form of hazmat on it. It may not be enough to be placarded every load, but there is hazmat on there. And get you a cheat sheet. I know my company prints up these cheat sheets that you can look at that has all that. They're laminated. I carry those in my clipboard, because there's times that, I got to look at that just to make sure, that I'm not doing wrong. Look at your shipping papers, make sure you've got the proper, shipping papers with the name on there. If you haul LTL like we do, and for each shipment that I might have 25 shipments on my trailer because it's LTL. Each one of those, I have a travel copy for each one in our paperwork. We have a main manifest that shows all of them, lists them all on there, and then you have a travel copy that actually gives a description of it. Okay, if it's hazmat, that travel copy for that one has to be tabbed. It has to have a tab on it so that the DOT can find it. If not, it has to be on top. Those little things right there can get you a big fine, get you put out of service for just little things that are stupid that, something that you just need to look, make sure that it's done right. Don't rely on somebody else, because that other person up there, even if they say, okay, well, that person's responsible, they're going to pay the ticket. Guess who's getting that ticket and whose name is on it? Yours. You're the driver, and you're ultimately responsible. You're the one that's going to get caught and get the ticket. So, you got to haul hazmat, what you're going to if you do LTL. It's just part of the nature. We haul a lot of hazmat. Learn the rules. Just study the stuff and learn the rules and do it right, so that you don't get fined. Because it sucks, that you work hard every day to make a good paycheck, and you can't make a good paycheck on an LTL. Make a good check and then give half of that week's check away on a ticket. That sucks. I don't want to do that, and I'm sure you don't either. So just double check that stuff. It doesn't take but just a second. Check it over, make sure you got the right placards. you know, even so far as I've seen the dock guys go out and put placards on, and they're sideways. You can't do that. They have to be right ways up, you know, point on point. And, you know, all that little stuff like that is just a red flag whenever you haul hazmat. And the DOT sees it, they pull you over, and they look at that. Not only they look at everything, they look at your whole truck, you know. So just, you know, when you're hauling hazmat, take a little extra time, check it all over, make sure everything's correct, and that you're doing your job right so that you don't get fined. You know, hazmat can be profitable. I mean, really, I mean, most LTLs, I know, like with us, it doesn't pay me anything extra to haul hazmat, but it is part of my job. And I get paid good everything that I haul. So, yeah, hauling hazmat's just part of it. You know, I've had a hazmat endorsement ever since I've had a CDL. So, it's, you know, something you're going to have if you're going to work for an LTL company. They require it. Almost every LTL company that I've seen requires a hazmat endorsement. If you're going to haul totes, you got to have a tanker endorsement now. You know, they started that, I think, back around 2014. They put that law into effect that you had to have a tanker endorsement to haul totes. So, you know, like I say, just take your time, double check all that. Don't rely on somebody else to tell you that it's right, and you take off. You know, you're the one that's going to get caught. So double check it, make sure it's right, and you know, you won't have any problems. But anyway, that's all I've got. Just a quick video about that. You know, just letting everybody know, take your time with the hazmat, check it out, do right. That way you don't get caught and get a big fine. Some of those tickets are outrageous when it comes to hazmat. That's all I've got. Get back to y'all soon with another video. Y'all have a good weekend.